Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, Quest for Redemption, blue team, holding the line for the guard. We have triple Lord Generals. This is Thorinc, alongside Tondemo skill, and Detour. These guys fight in ranged combat with a retinue, can add to the retinue throughout the game and have strong defense and support. We have Armageddon Steel Legion here, some Mordian Iron Guard here too. On the red team, Red Rooster and a Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects. Very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. He's quite angry too most of the time. And two Chaos Sorcerers manipulating all sides. Night Stalker here and Yubel. These are disruptive offensive heroes with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. Night Stalker rocking the Word Bearers DLC scheme. Kicking off in the mid with some Bolt of Fire, some Chaos Sorcerer melee. Lord General is trying to grab that contested power point. Heretics are going in. One of them consumed by the Sorcerer fires off the Doom Bolts. Those guys, well, some of them were in cover. The guys in the back got hit pretty hard. Another Doom Bolts from the other Sorcerer, of course. Bad day to be guardsman. I mean, maybe that's every day. Heretics doing some good work in there. I thought they were going to get torn up on approach. Sentinel coming over. This is from Thorinc. Triple guardsman for both Tondemo skill and for Detour. More heretics piling in now. More Doom Bolts. Guardsmen flee. More guardsmen come in. The Lord General also off the field. Sentinel does not have... Oh, he does have the ground pound. And there it is, hitting all three of those Chaos Space Marines. Knockback, bit of damage and a stun. Some very good crowd control you get from your Sentinel. Helps you fight melee squads, especially early on. Heretics giving chase here. They're quite low. They could turn and try to shoot them. There we go. That's what they didn't want to get hit by, that Doom Blast. Big retreat. Didn't need to retreat that second squad. Arguably didn't need to retreat any of those squads, actually. We have a shotgun Lord General. Can use move, move, move. Helps you reposition quickly, maybe when you're being chased by heretics, for example, or just Chaos Space Marines are trying to get into melee with you. Single CSM into more heretics with both of the Sorcerer players and double shooters for the Orks on this northern side. Just murdered some guardsmen, did they? Was that a wipe? Like it. Did Thorinc have another guardsman squad? Well, doesn't anymore. He's got Derek and Nigel, though. They're okay. Sentinel might have to stomp on this Warboss. Here comes a Sorcerer, too, with the Doom Bolts. Oh, they're so nasty early on. There's Grenade Launcher Heretics, too. They're bad news for Guardsmen. Area of effect on those, and they can fire a barrage that will knock you down. Chaos Raptors on the way for Night Stalker. Also, pretty bad news for Guardsmen. Might be able to jump in and suppress all three squads, for example, of Tondemo's skill. We have Thorinc getting some more guardsmen up. 1-to-1 cap here. Warboss getting very low. That's a wall of lasgun fire. And they take him down in retreat. Can he get revived from there? I mean, the Sorcerers can get teleportation war gear. Maybe if they just force off Tondemo here, they can run up and grab that Warboss, get a chunk of XP. Oh, Yubel also goes down on the south side. Night Stalker, the only remaining hero on the red team. Then we have Aspiring Champion Heretic on that Heretic squad there, giving the other models more hit points, and he's a pretty good melee fighter himself with that chainsword. Blue team, though, with two heroes down on the red team, can make some progress, maybe get the map back a bit. This has been noded, and lasguns are not very good at bashing power points and stuff. Red team also grabbing this contested wreck point in the south. They did not make a run in on this power, though. No Eternal War for those CSM. No Eternal War for these CSM. Night Stalker spending the power on some Raptors. A jump troop that suppress you when they land. There they go. Suppressing those poor guardsmen. 30 DPS melee, so they'll slice them up pretty quickly. And they flee. Heavy weapon squad on the field now for Detour. That's going to be a prime target for being jumped. And we do see the Sorcerer being revived. Big chunk of XP there for Night Stalker. I didn't quite level him, though. Flamer Guardsman in play. Maybe looking to get on the power on that southeast corner. Now he levels to 2. Both Sorcerers leveled to 2, actually. Night Stalker might be trying to make his way to the Warboss now. Looks like it's clear here. Send some Heretics to make sure. And he's got double Grenade Launcher fellas over there. And there's some... Oh, that's the same Raptor squad. You can jump in here, maybe put pressure on the Lord General so he can't use the move if he's dead. Not easy to take him down though, because Derek and Nigel will die first. Sluggers with no burners. We do see looters up though for Red Rooster. Where are they? Hanging out on the northern edge actually. These guardsmen get caught and they flee. And the Warboss is back to his feet, taking a bunch of damage. Oh, he doesn't know he's up, I don't think. Goes down again. Was it pinged? You can't see the pings. Although maybe there was a message that I missed. Grenade launchers doing their thing. These fellas still don't have Eternal War. It's not a vital purchase in Tier 1, but it does help them tear through the Guardsman models a bit quicker. Power spent, of course, on the grenade launchers and those Raptors. And there's Tier 2 for Yubel. Quick Blood Crusher, maybe. I mean, with warp support, it can be pretty awesome early out in Tier 2. Is there only 2 gens on that? I guess so. 2-to-1 cap for the red team. Kind of stuck to their lanes for the most part. You typically see lots of fighting in the mid, like 2v2 fights. Haven't really seen that here. The southern players have stuck to this lane quite diligently so far. Typically as the game goes on, the fighting moves away from the mid. It just happened a bit sooner here. Sorcerer flees. Heretics getting burned a bit. They do have some flame resistance heretics, as do most, if not all, of the Tier 1 melee squads. Helps them run in on flamers a bit, I guess. Lord General here backs off. Carapace armor is in for stand firm. Immune to suppression. Maybe for the Raptors, I guess. Catachan's on the way for Detour. There's some Tier 2s coming in for Thorinc and Tondemo. Or is it Tondemo? Sentinel getting a cheeky decap on a fully matured wreck point there. Power being bashed. No flamers on those fellas. And here's some Daka. The shooter boys with their big shooters, but not with their knob leaders. Kind of a luxury purchase, I guess. You get them mostly maybe for detection, but they do add a decent chunk of DPS and durability to the squad as well. Warboss with Angry Bits runs away. I guess he got revived and this time survives. Level 3 Sorcerer for Night Stalker with vestments of the Warp. That's the teleportation war gear. And here comes vestments also for Yubel. So that's going to be fun to deal with. About 2 teleporting sorcerers that can doombolt you. Do they all have shotguns? No, 2 of the Lord Generals have shotguns. Here's the Catachan Devils. Very versatile infantry. Powerful in melee, and it can disrupt and even support with a smoke grenade. Lord General. Oh, he's just going into melee, I guess. Doesn't want those grenade launchers being fired. Here comes the other Lord General, or one of the others. He's got his bolt gun still. Oh, gets melter guns in. And his buddies, Derek and Nigel, will also get them. Anti-everything weapons with kind of short range. Big buffs now. Also gives you the awesome fight harder. Just yell at your men and they'll shoot faster, I guess. Raptors getting a huge amount of suppression there. And here come the grenade launchers. And the Sorcerer with Rod of Warpfire and Icon of Tzeentch. Gonna see some exploding guardsmen. And Warpfire with the area of effect damage and disruption as well. So if he can chain them all together, he can do one grenade barrage into another grenade barrage into Warpfire. The guardsmen won't be able to get up and do anything. That's the curse of Tzeentch on those fellows. They would explode if they were to lose models. Damage their buddies. Stick bombers on the field for Red Rooster. Some blood letters for Yubel. Teleporting demon infantry. And there's the tier 2 for Detour. Back to the north side. Warboss with his angry bits. He's focusing quite a lot on his PowerPoint, it seems like. Are the looters are dead? Not sure what happened to the looters, but they are no more. Got some plasma guardsmen here. Good for trading with heavy infantry, such as those Chaos Space Marines. And the Raptors, and some tier 3 Ork infantry will be heavy as well. Warboss smacks a guy, kills him. Raptors are a menace so far, aren't they? Haven't dealt with them super well. I mean, they do have the Catachan Devils in play. These guys can shotgun blast and also get into melee with them. No sign of any Ogrins or anything. More bloodletters for Yubel. I mean, double bloodletters are bad news for Ogrins. 380 to 366 on the VPs. No sign of any Chimeras either. Would do quite well here. With the lack of anti-vehicle. Versus Tzeentch on those fellas. We have a heavy turret in the mid. With the Executioner gun on it. Executioner cannon. Look at it tearing through those heretics. Good grief. Bloodletters are messing up these heavy weapon squad fellas who go for the garrison. I think one guy got in. Did he? Maybe not. Detour still has one. He doesn't have an autocannon. Here comes a Manticore for Thorinc. These guys got stunned by stick bombs, or stun bombs most likely from the stick bombers. They're back there. Grenade launcher heretics with the aspiring champions. He gets a bolt gun. I think it's like a 9 DPS bolt gun or something. I could be wrong. Manticore for Thorin. Could wipe out a bunch of heretics with that if he gets a good shot. Still no Eternal War for the CSM. These guys have it though. 20% more damage. Northern VP is red. It's a 1-to-1 cap though, because blue team are trying to get on both the naturals thanks to Detour. Improvised explosive on that, but the heretic aspiring champion will spot it. Still need to target it though. It will still go off if they press the button. There's some Tzeentchian worship to infiltrate this stuff. Bloodletters can teleport in, so quite rightly I think Detour is backing the hell off. He's got a sniper rifle now, with fire on my target increasing range. 354 to 366. What is this? Warboss just stomping through some stuff. He's almost level 2. And we have the Commissar in on the Lord General's retinue. He's a decent fighter, and he gives them a fancy shield. Stun bomb into some stick bomber melee. They are good melee fighters. More than a match for the Lord General and his retinue anyway. Back to the mid. Melter gun Lord General. Can he run into the bunker maybe? Oh, there's something in there. 340 to 366. Big blob of guardsmen. Could use some disruption into a Dark Flames maybe. Here come Bloodletters teleporting in. Double Bloodletters actually. Those guys got wrecked though. They're going to wipe. They do wipe. Bloodletters down. Yeah, they only have regular infantry armor, so they're getting kind of torn up by all the las guns, and now mineral plasma guns in there as well anyway. It's a lot of focus firing. Are they up to the 12 models? No, they don't even have the Commissar, so one of the guardsmen wiped there. Heavy weapon squad in the garrison to cover the retreat. Why don't they have 3 gens here? Is it being blocked by the bunker maybe? Unless it just keeps getting bashed. I don't think so though. There's the remains of the Sentinel. Ogrins on the field for Detour. Could make a big difference. Tier 3's coming in for Red Rooster and for Night Stalker. Trying to steal this power, I guess. These guys not making a run on the power because of the heavy weapon squad, I suppose. Grenade launchers should do good work against garrisons. They could maybe try and split. Get the heavy weapon squad to focus on the Sorcerer or the Bloodletters or something. Here come the Ogrins. Powerful melee squad with good disruption. Can break lines, soak up damage for you, and deal good damage too. They are super heavy infantry, so they take extra damage from the Bloodletters, but can shrug off bolter fire and stuff quite well. Here's some Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines. Those fancy chain axes. What about the other guys? No mark for the other guys. Scaring off a bunch of stuff. Has the Manticore fired yet? I mean, he's got some XP, so he must have. Here comes another one. Powerful long-range artillery. Need to manually target all of the missiles. Some decent hits there. Raptors with a jump. They may have been queued up when they saw the marker, and then they got hit by a missile and got knocked over. So when they get up, they do the jump. More Ogrins coming in, this time for Tondemo. Sluggers with their burners. Might need to run, fellas. Are they going to make it? Can they wipe them? 11 hit points, 12. I think they're okay. Sluggers make it out. Didn't have their Nob leader. Unless he died, I guess. Tier 3 for Yubel now. And Red Rooster's got a good chunk of resources. And he's even got over 500 red. Some stick bombs. Red team can take back the Northern VP. These guys thinking about the power. Yeah, there's still only 2 gens here. Wonder if it has been blocked. Maybe they've said something in the chat that I haven't seen. Very rarely do I see the chat. 280 to 337. I barely see what's going on in the game. There's the Dark Flames set up by the stun bombs. Nicely done. And stick bombs chucked in. Good grief. That's so much death. Those heretics got on fire a bit as well. Ogrins backing off, getting a bonehead leader. These guys already have him. He can do the use your red and knock stuff down. Does that imply that they're kind of headbutting? I guess so. You can use it on his raptors maybe. No, raptors back off. There we go. Use your red. You get a knockback immediately and then another one after, I think it's 4 seconds. It's very, very good. 280 to 312 on the VPs. What's the Sorcerer going to do here? Does he have any abilities off cooldown? Maybe not. He's just going into melee, is he? Oh, he's teleporting. Somewhere. Away. Teleporting away. Blue team with a 2-to-1 cap. More stormtroopers for Tondemo. These guys getting their assault kit. Melter guns mean they can shoot it faster, I guess. Those hotshot las guns. Okay, now they're power bashing. Land Raider coming, says Night Stalker. That'll be a Land Raider Phobos for the Chaos Fellas. There's a Zinchian worship. You can maybe ambush these guys a bit. Let them get really close. Into a Doom Bolts. CSM should be in melee with the Stormtroopers, surely, to tie them up. Just going to run, I think. Maybe Grenade Barrage and end run. Yeah, there's a Grenade Barrage and there's the retreat. Could have set up something there, maybe with the Grenade Barrages into the Dark Flames and stuff, but maybe let them get a bit too close. Back to the north side. This is the northeast. Level 2 Raptors, Nob Squad on the way, Phobos still coming, and yubel with a Chaos Predator. There's tier 3 for Detour. Looks like Tondemo, the last play in tier 2 now. Can a Manticore get a good hit? CSM are quite low already. Just backing off for now. Here comes some support though from Tondemo. With 12 member guards when they have their Commissar and their Sergeant then. Reinforcing very efficiently. Warboss levels to 2. He's got heavy armor and a power claw. Not messing around any longer. Goes straight for the Lord General. His retinue dying 2 hits. What if the Commissar also dies in 2 hits? I'm not sure how much health those fellas have. That is a creeping barrage. Nicely aimed. One of the global abilities of the Lord General. Not sure who chucked it in there. Kassakin on the way for Detour. And there's that Phobos with a side sponson, twin-linked las cannons, twin-linked heavy bolter, and the combi bolter on top. Counts as a demon, so you can worship it. I like how the combi bolter has a bayonet on it. How does that work? Heavy turret is in. Shooting some orcs for now. Yeah, the Phobos wants to stay away from that turret. And there's the Nob Squad. These days they come out as a power melee unit. But they can get heavy melee hammers. Very powerful melee squad that are quite expensive when you fully upgrade them. Ouch. Blue team have mid-map. Can these Stormtroopers stay here for much longer? Here come the Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines to say hello. Nob Squad are not doing anything. They're getting hit by Manticores, actually. There's a little bug with water in this game where it doesn't show Manticore Strike effects and also some other effects, which is why I very sparingly used water on my own maps for that reason. Not sure what's up with that. Phobos is very low. Heavy turret, I don't think can reach it anymore. They're trying to take it down. These things do have vehicle armor, so they're not that easy to get. It's not like a regular turret where you can just burn it down with a flamer. Flamer would do very little to that thing. Camping on the power then is yubel, level 3 CSM. Doesn't want to steal this. Not sure why. He would be able to spot the explosives around it. He's not even power bashing here. Got double Chaos Predators. Mark of Nurgle, and Mark of Nurgle makes them very tough with melee resistance and health regen. There's that Tzeentchian worship. We've got some Kasrkin with plasma guns. Should trade quite well with the CSM. Bunch of fire coming in, more plasma guns from the guardsmen. Can't really do much about that tank though, can they? Well, these guys could. They can get melter guns. In fact, they are switching to their melter guns now. They're trying to stay close to shoot, taking big chunks of damage as they do so. Yeah, they couldn't stay in play. Another tank was about to shoot them, but here comes some Ogrins. An upgrade for the Ogrins gives them this slab shields, more hit points, more damage, and the use your shield area of effect suppression ability as well. Blue team doing well though. Well, as I say that, they may lose their natural VP, but they're doing well on the other areas of the map. Here comes some support from Tondemo, who also has the Ogrins in play. 280 to 134. There's the use your shield. It gives them extra damage resistance when they activate it, although Bloodletters cannot be suppressed. So they're mostly using it just for the extra resistance, I think, there. Lord General with his own melter guns having a go. But his buddies have died. Here comes another Lord General with the melter guns, though. Getting some hits. Raptors come in, though, to suppress, and they've got their aspiring champion, those fellas now. Sorcerer goes down. Raptors, I was going to say, are they staying in that a bit too long against the Ogrins, but they do get out. Level 4 Lord General for Detour, the 2 tanks. I mean, they're pretty tough. Kind of shrugging off these melter guns at the moment. But now the Ogrins are on them, and those power mauls do, I think it's around 45 heavy melee DPS. Maybe it's 42. But there's 4 of them whacking you. 280 to 120. Power being stolen here. Maybe that's why they never upgraded more gens here, because they had this one. I don't think they had it all that often, though. Very reluctant to upgrade this power point. Maybe they, because Yubel's been on it a lot. Sorcerer teleporting around, trying to get to Yubel, I think. Meanwhile, in the north, that was a big plasma blast gun, overcharged plasma shot there from the Stormblade. Or maybe it was just a regular shot. Yeah, I think the overcharge would leave that big crater. Manticore's still around as well. So what's the plan for this Stormblade, fellas? They've got the Knob Squad with hammers. The Stick Bombers can stun it. Power Claw here, is that enough? It might be. I mean, definitely is, if you can get the Knob Squad on it. There's some Chaos Terminators now, with Auto Cannon hanging out around the Shrines of Tzeentch. Gives them some damage resistance, but they're quite far back. Raptors are with their melter upgrades now. Are they going to jump? There's the jump. They're trying to get onto rear armor of this thing. Chuck in their melter bomb. There it is. Maybe they should have waited for the Orks. I'm not sure where the Knob Squad is. They're sitting at base row, and now they're moving. 251 to 120. Maybe got a little bit impatient waiting for the Orks there. Now they're going after the Manticore, doing really good damage on rear armor. Need to tie them up, I think. Or blast them to death with a plasma blast gun. That'll do it on the Stormblade. So there's a Knob Squad. Fully upgraded with their Knob Leader, the Hammers, and Mina and Greener. Level 8 Sorcerer for Night Stalker is on a huge amount of work. Can they get the VP? Can they get this VP? They're setting up shrines. They will, of course, be Shrines of Tzeentch, shooting out Doom Bolts and giving that damage resistance aura as well. That blue aura that you see. They're worshipping the shrines, means they'll shoot the Doom Bolts faster. Oh no, they're not worshipping the shrines. They're doing regular worship, which is why everything's infiltrated here. Meanwhile, Warboss doing angry bits, and there's a rocket run. There's a big plasma blast gun shot as well. There's a second rocket run. Knob Squad are still going. Imperial Abyss from one of the Sorcerers. Not sure which one. Manticore gets out of there. Guardsmen trying to stay in place so that they can repair. They might die though. Getting very low. I think one of them did wipe. Kasrkin flee. They'll be okay. 221 to 120. Double cap for the red team. Phobos comes out of infiltration to get some shots in. And the Lord General complete the cap. Doesn't have his commissar friend. Have a look at that, Leman Russ with Vanquisher. Really bad news for any vehicles on the red team. Even the Phobos is backing off from it. Ogrins chasing off some Orks. Now they run. They're going after the Phobos. Another rocket run. Not the best hit. The second run was pretty decent. Knocks the Terminators away from the fight, maybe. That's another Nob squad for Red Rooster. Getting their Nob leader in. What does he cost? 25 power, that's not too bad. And you pay the same for an aspiring champion. 186 to 120 on the VPs. These two Nurgle tanks are proving to be a massive issue on this south side. Detour, yeah, the Lima Russell's sent up here, I guess. It might need to go back south and help out against those Nurgle tanks. Kashyyykin do have the melter guns down here. They got those Ogrins as well. Bloodletter's phasing out of existence. They got the decap 1-to-1 now. One shrine still remains. Not for long, down he goes. There's the big shield from the Commissar retinue guy. Tanks are out of there now. There's the Uzi shield. Can get his VP back at least. Maybe put some pressure on the tanks, but they're just leaving. Back to the north side. Terminators be capping. Nob squad running. The Stormblade's done really well so far. And this is a repair bunker, it looks like. Big boom on the Terminators. Not too bothered about it at the moment. Can he get another shot before they leave? Nope, they teleport out. Looks like it hit the VP anyway. 168 to 120, a double cap for the red team. Can they get a VP lead here? There's that Warboss. He's only level 2. I think he needs to wait for the fight to develop and then he can maybe charge in, start smacking on a vehicle. VP, says Detour. Another Imperial Abyss. Oh, Tondemo. Down to just Ogrins. Did he just get hit by a big nuke there? I mean, there's a bunch of dead stuff. I stay bot, says Detour. Got a cap though there, buddy. There we go. Lord General's on it. The two tanks are still here, causing all sorts of problems. Oh, the Cash are going to switch back to plasma guns. Now they're going to melter guns again. Don't even need to pay for it. Can the Ogrins get on these things? Oh, that Nurgle stink. Couldn't get their melter guns out in time. This tank is getting quite low. Oh, don't run. They're running. Thought they were going to stay on it. Red team capping Northern VP again. Or trying to. Some creeping barrages. So much disruption you can do with that. And here comes a Baneblade for Tondemo. Tondemo. Two Havocs with las cannons. Marco Zinch. Nob squad coming in. I don't see user choppers. Really well timed overcharge shot there. Messed them up a lot. They did huge amounts of damage. They did like half of the hit points, it looks like. Bunch of plasma guns shooting them as well though. Here comes another Nob squad. Warboss coming in late. Maybe trying to tie up those guardsmen there. Yeah, he's going after him. They can still shoot on the move though, as you can see. And no buffs coming in for these Nobs, eh? Did they even use Frenzy? Not sure. These guys might die if they're not careful. What did they get suppressed by? I don't know what they got suppressed by there. Lord General level 6. Warboss runs away. Yeah, there was no user choppers, no Ard boys on that Nob squad. There were any of them. Meanwhile though, look at this. Two tanks sitting here. The entirety of yubel's forces sitting on the VP. Detour now getting some spotters in. It's got the Lehman Russ, but it's staying north at the moment. And there's a triple cap for the red team. Baneblade, is it coming out in time to do anything? I'm not sure it is. I don't know if they can get 2 VPs in time. Got some Capsicum as well. Yeah, maybe the Baneblade wasn't the right shout just because it takes so long to get onto the field. Not sure what else he could have got out in time to make a difference here though. Red team take it with a triple cap at the end. Little bit of a comeback they did. With those heavy losses from Tondemo. Yeah, a bunch of dead stuff here on a nuke look. It's mostly just guardsmen though, right? So the level 6 Lord General, level 6 Lord General, level 4 Lord General. 2 of them down at the end. The Warboss level 3. Their level 10 Sorcerer for Night Stalker doing huge amounts of work with his Icon of Tzeentch and his Rod of Warpfire. Are they the same build? Yeah, it was quite nasty. Level 7 Sorcerer for Yubel. There you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see ya next time.